to my channel. Today I have a really fun tutorial video for y'all featuring the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So I was really excited about picking this palette up. I've had it now for like a month, I think, maybe even longer. No, probably a solid month I've had it, and I've used it pretty much every day since I got it, and I thought that you all might want to see some looks with the palette. What I decided to do was use the actual little pamphlet that comes with the palette, and I think that this is just like a really easy way for people to follow along and create like an easy look with guidance. So I know typically I throw this away whenever I get a new palette. I don't really ever look at it or use it. I just kind of do whatever I want with the palette, which is totally, you know, fine. But I know a lot of you probably keep these and maybe use them. So I thought I would try and follow one of these and just show you guys what the looks look like. So that is what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to show you how to get this look right here. And I'll show you this look and this look. If you want to see all of these looks, then keep watching. Before I start any of my looks, I'm going to prep my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot. So the whole idea for this video kind of came from the fact that I picked up the Sweet Peach palette, and in it was this card set that gave you different eye looks, and these always come with the palettes that are, you know, like eyeshadow palettes, and I never use them like ever. I always just chunk them out along with like the box that it comes in, so I still have my box, but I usually just throw all this out, be done with it, right? Like I'm just gonna use the eyeshadow palette however I feel like, which is totally cool, you know, that's what it's there for. But I also thought, you know, a lot of people probably look to these for guidance on, you know, how to create eyeshadow looks. So I thought I would test them out and show you guys what they look like. So there's 3 of them on here. The first one is Peaches and Cream, the second one is Smoldering Peach, and then there's Southern Belle. So they kind of go like from, I mean, they're all a little dramatic, but like less dramatic to like full-on smoky eye. So I thought I would try these out with you guys and just see how they look. I don't know, I thought it would be a cool video to do. So the first one I'm going to start with is the Peaches and Cream. The first one, which is, it says to apply Peaches and Cream from lash line to brow. So that is this shade right here in this palette. And I'm just going to take a kind of fluffy brush, this one right here. This is from Zoeva. This is their 228 brush. I'm just going to apply that all over my lids. So to me, this is like the easiest one out of the 3. It's like super simple. There's only 3 shades that they use. So next we're going to press Caramelize on the lid, which is this shade right here. It's like a really pretty like brown kind of bronzy color. And I'm going to use a smoky shader brush from Zoeva. I was going to say Luxie, but that's not right. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my brush and tap it off. And we just want to press this like into the lid. So going up to where your crease is, but not into your crease. And now for the next step, we're going to blend a little bit of Georgia into the crease. Now Georgia is this really like pinky color right here. It's really pretty. So we're going to put that in the crease, and I'm going to use a soft definer brush from Zoeva for that. This is a little like different for me. I usually start with my crease shade and then go in. lie, this is pretty similar to a look that I've been using with this palette already, except I've been taking the shade Puree, which is this shade right here. It's like a little bit more warm and definitely deeper than this shade. I've been using that in my crease and then using Caramelized and like blending it out, and it gives this really like pretty bronzy smoky look that I really like. So I have been using that like pretty much like day to day because it's really easy, and then I would just use a little bit of mascara. So I'm going to do the last step, which is to take Luscious, which is the shade here in the palette, and dab it on my inner corner. I'm using a, this is a crease brush technically, but who cares? So in the inner corner, we are going to place that shade. So that is the eyeshadow portion of the first one down, called Peaches and Cream. I'm going to finish doing up my face makeup and my eyes with some eyeliner and mascara and then call it a day. So I already have like my contour and bronzer on, so all I'm going to do is pop on a little bit of this shade right here for my blush, and this is from the NARS One Shocking Moment palette. I've had this for a little while. I believe this one is called Blasphemy. Yeah, I think it's called Blasphemy. It's kind of hard to tell in these, like, you know, when they're on the back. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that. I have my Zoeva cheek brush that I'm going to use, and I just want to keep this like pretty natural. This look in general seems to be more of like a natural, well, not natural, but this is like a very easy kind of like bronzy look that you could wear kind of like on a regular day-to-day. So to be honest, I feel a little weird not having like any sort of like highlight shade underneath my eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is just take, grab the palette. I'm going to take a little bit of the white peach and just pop that like underneath the brow bone, because I feel like a little bit naked without it. It just feels a little odd. So I'm just gonna put a little bit underneath my brow bone just to kind of like highlight that area. And I really like this shade because it's like kind of has a shimmer to it, like just slightly has a little bit of a shimmer. Not like super glittery, and it's not matte. It's not, I mean, I guess you could call it more of like a satin. It's not really shimmer. So it just looks really nice underneath the brow bone, like not too glittery, but just kind of gives it a little bit of a lift. Next thing I'm going to do is go in with the Maybelline Line Express eyeliner. It's just going to make your eyelashes look a little bit thicker because I don't want to do like full-on eyeliner with this one. Adds a little bit more like depth to like your eyeline. So then I'm going to do my mascara, and today I'm using two different ones. I have the Clinique High Impact Mascara, which it came on like a double-ended thing, and then the Voluminous Carbon Black. So then I'm going to go in for my lips, and I'm going to use the Buxom Plump Lip Liner in White Russian. So I've really been enjoying using these. They're really easy to use. They're like a nice thick like jumbo crayon type, so they're really easy. And I'm just going to run this all over my lips. I'm not even really gonna worry about like lining them because I just want this to be like an easy, like look how easily that applied. I do have a little bit of like my lip gloss stuff still on, my lip pomade, but it just helps to make this go on really easily. So I will say this is kind of like a drier formula, so putting it on with the like lip gloss on, or not the lip gloss, cannot speak today. Putting this on when you have like a little bit of your lip balm left over just makes it glide super easy. But if you're wanting a more like matte look, then, you know, obviously on like drier lips. So I'm just gonna apply a little of this like pinky, super pale pink kind of color, baby pink. The eyes were super easy to do. Let me like zoom in for you guys so you guys can see. So that is look number 1, and this one was super easy to do, like really simple. All you do is you're really like only using 2 colors and then like popping some highlight. I mean, you are gonna set with like the lighter color, so really in all you're using 4 eyeshadows, but really like 2 are your main like color shades. So it was really easy to achieve this look. You could always use like an thicker wing liner. You could use like no eyeliner at all. You could pop lashes on with it. But really this one to me is like the simplest, easiest one to do, and it looks really great every day. I like it in this, like now for the springtime in general, this look looks kind of like fresh face to me. So it's like a little bit of a, I don't know what you say this is, just like a light kind of bronzy look. And then, you know, this pale pink lip looks really great with it, I think. So next we're going to do a darker look, and then we're gonna go in with like an even smokier look. So hang on. Okay, so now I'm going to do look number 2, and that is the smoldering peach look. So to start this look off, it says that we use the shade Nectar on the brow bone all the way into the inner corner. So you're basically going to bring it all the way in like that. And Nectar is kind of a shimmery shade, it looks like. And that's this one right here. So that is what we are going to do first. We're just going to do that on the brow bone, bringing it down to the inner corner. And then the next thing that we do is we sweep Just Peachy into the crease and blend upwards. And Just Peachy is this shade right here, another shimmery shade. So I usually like to start with my eyes kind of open, just so I can map out exactly where that area. So since it says blend upward, it's wanting you, you know, not to blend down, but up. We're going to use Candied Peach on the inner half of the lid. So Candied Peach is this shade right here, and it has more of like a glitter to it. That one right there. I'm going to use flat brush. We're just going to pack that on the inner half of my lid. So that is on the inner half of my lid, and then we are going to put Summer Yum on the outer half. So Summer Yum is this shade right here, which I actually really like this shade. It's like nice and warm colored. So we're gonna put that on the outer half of the lid. I'm just gonna use that same brush. I'm just gonna kind of wipe off the excess that I had on there. All right. Taking that on the outer half of your eye, and this is just less of a like super peachy color and a little bit like deeper red color. So that's going on the outer half. Then it says we're going to blend the shade Delectable into the outer crease and smudge it into the lower lash line. So the shade Delectable is like a dark purple shade. This one right here. Yeah, that one right there. We're going to put that in the crease and then like blend on the lower lash line. I'm going to use the Luxe pencil brush from Zoeva. I'm just going to put that in the crease, and then we will blend that out, and that's going to be like in a sort of V shape. So we're going to kind of slowly build that up. And me personally, like I just want this to be like nice and blended, so I'm going to go back in with the same brush that we used with the shade Just Peachy, and I'm kind of going to just blend out like that upper portion there. I actually think I need to go in with like a clean brush, so I'm going to use the tapered blending brush from Lexi, and I'm just going to use that to like blend the two, kind of blend this whole area out. Go back in with the Delectable. Like the deepest portion, that like very outer V area, I'm gonna make that really nice and dark. So it does say to run this on the bottom of your lower lash line, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. This just is whatever is left over. Honestly, like you can take any of these looks and kind of like mold them to how you like to do your makeup, you know, like the contour of your eye, obviously. So all of these are just like suggested eye looks, you know, you can do whatever you want. So that's like the eyeshadow look, and now I'm going to go in with some eyeliner and mascara and all of that jazz. And for the eyeliner, I'm going to use a liquid line since this is a little bit more dramatic of a look. I'm going to use the Voluminous Liner Noir liquid eyeliner from L'Oreal. I really like this. It's like a little felt tip. I'm going to do my eyeliner and put on some false lashes real quick, and then I will be back. So I am back. I put my mascara and I put on some false lashes. These are from NYX Cosmetics, and I think they're like the Wicked Lashes. I don't remember. I'll put the information down below of like the rest of the products that I used in this video. So this is the eye look, and I'm just going to, I already had like my blush and stuff on. I'm going to finish up the look with my lips and some highlight. So first I'll do my highlight. For highlight, I'm going to use the Estee Edit palette, and I think I'm going to kind of mix like this pink one with this like really light white one, and I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush and kind of mix those two together to get the highlight shade that I want. So this is definitely like a more glamorous looking look compared to the last one. I'm just gonna highlight like the center of my nose. Put a little bit right here. then now I'm going to do my lip, and I think for my lip I'm just going to do, I want to keep it kind of like in a neutral shade, nothing like too bold, but I'm going to use the Buxom lip liner again, but this one I'm going to use in the shade Hush Hush, so it's like a little bit deeper of a shade. The other thing that's great about these is they have this like tip that's like a little brush, so you can like use it to really feather out like your lips, kind of soften the edges. So then I'm gonna kind of pop on top of that Ofra liquid lipstick in Pasadena. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on. This is like pretty similar in shade, but maybe a little bit more brown. So that is the finished look number 2, and I actually really like this one. It's a little different than what I would normally wear. I feel like I wouldn't go for like a purple in the crease to smoke it out. It's just a little bit more colorful of a smoky eye, but at the end of the day I think it came out really nice, and I do like this look. So that's again this like, ooh, let me fold this up. So that's this one here, which is like the smoldering peach. And obviously like in the photo, like the picture, you know, like it looks like kind of different. I mean, it's probably like a little more heavily they went in with that like dark purple shade, but for me, like I didn't want to go in like super deep with it. So like I said earlier, you can kind of alter these a little bit to work for you. Now the last and final look is a really like deep smoky one, so that will be next. We are back for look number 3 now. So my face has been washed like a million times by now because I've just like taken off my full face of makeup and started over because I didn't have any more makeup wipes, so a little my bad. This third look is called Southern Belle, and this is the very smoky look here, and it uses 5 different shades from the Sweet Peach palette. So we are going to start out first by sweeping White Peach on our brow bone area. So actually, because I have oily eyelids, like I've said, I'm going to set my entire eye actually with that color, just because it'll help make everything blend out really easily. So I'm just going to take this brush from Sedona Lace, and this is the EB13. So I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid to kind of set the entire area. And I'm telling you guys, I'm obsessed with this White Peach color. It's so pretty. It's like the perfect I'm already like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's like already like a ridiculous dent in this. The next thing that we're going to do is take a shade called Bless Her Heart, and it's this one right here, and it kind of has this like greenish color to it, and we're going to pop this like right in the center of the eye, and also like the center of the lower lash line. So to me this look is going to be very, well, it's supposed to be very dark, but it's also a very like halo shaped eye look. I'm going to use this Luxie 211 brush, and I'm just going to pop that on the center. The next thing that we are going to use is the shade Tempting. We're going to use it on the inner and outer corners, so like not over the center, just the two inner and outer. And Tempting is like a really dark, like pretty much black shade, so that's that one right there. I'm going to use the same brush because I need to keep it like in a small area. and they want you to do like the outer bottom lash line and the inner bottom lash line. So I'm just going to I'm going to blend out where I put those like dark black shades with a sort of smaller fluffy brush. So we're just going to go in and blend. And to me, like, I'm gonna have to go back over that green for sure. We'll add like a little bit more. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to go in and apply the black on the inner and outer. So in the crease, we're going to blend Charmed, I'm Sure. So I'm going to go in with that next and blend out that crease area, and then I'm going to kind of reassess if I want to add more of that black and add more of that like greenish shade in the center, which I probably will. So because they have us going in with the crease like last, I kind of need to evaluate how that's going to look before I go in any more with the black. So Charmed, I'm Sure is like a chocolatey brown color, and it's this one right here. Go in with a petite crease brush from Zoeva, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease area. And I'm gonna blend this like up, going in the crease, like going up. Smaller blending brush and just really buff out like my bottom lash line. And I think I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush. It's just a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend out. So I'm going to go in again with the Bless Her Heart shade. It's kind of that green like shimmery shade, but I'm going to add a little Fix Plus just to give it a little bit more intense pop of color. So I'm just going to spray that on the same brush I've been using and just pop that in the center. The next thing that it says to do is we are going to apply the shade Bellini into the inner corner. I'm going to use this brush. It's like a really old one I got from like forever ago. I don't even know what the brand is, but I'm going to take the shade Bellini, that's this one right here, and I'm going to place that in my inner corner. That is the eyeshadow look. I'm going to add a little bit of like a liner. So using that same Tempting shade, I'm going to use a liner brush just to like smoke out my lash line a little bit. And then I think this look really needs like a very like va va voom kind of fake lash. So I am going to put some fake lashes on as well. gonna take my black pencil liner and just go on the bottom. Right, so I was going to put fake lashes on, and I tried to put them on, and I don't know what the deal is. I put fake lashes on the last time, and now like I just couldn't get them to work. I don't know what the deal is. So we're not gonna do any fake lashes, but you can do fake lashes yourself if you want to. I'm just gonna pile on a bunch of mascara now and just call it a day. On like a ton of mascara to kind of like add a little bit more like dramatic lashes to this look, since I ended up not putting any fake lashes on. So obviously you can do fake lashes, you can do not as intense of mascara, but it's just kind of what I decided to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of highlight to my cheekbones, and then I'm going to do my lips. So for my cheeks, I'm going to go back into the same palette. I've been trying to keep everything pretty much like the same on the face and keeping like similar like nudish colored lips, just to keep continuity throughout the video and only like focusing on changing the eyes. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this highlight on my cheekbones. I'm going to use the same lip pencil from Buxom and Hush Hush that I used on the last look, except I'm going to use a different color of gloss over it. So I'm just going to do that on my lips real quick. So I lined my lips with this, and then, well really I lined and filled in my lips with that color. And now I'm going to go over top with this shade from Lorac, and this is Bombshell. And this is just going to kind of like nude it out a little bit more. It's like a more peachy nude. So that is look number 3 for you guys. That one was the Southern Belle. I really like this one. I think it turned out really nice. I think if I would have done fake lashes, it would have looked great too. They just weren't working for me for some reason, so I just ixnayed it and went with regular mascara. But at the end of the day, this look actually came out really well, and I actually really liked it. Alright guys, that was the 3 looks that I wanted to share with y'all. I really liked all 3 of them. My favorites would be the first one because it was a really easy kind of everyday look that you could wear, and then this last smoky one. For me, the middle one was a little too like purpley. I think it needed like another shade in the crease, maybe more of a brown. I don't know. I just wasn't super thrilled with it. But the first one and the third look were both really great, and I liked them. And what's great about that is if you do buy this palette, you have, you know, the instructions yourself right here. So that's really awesome. And I actually liked the looks that Too Faced put together for this little pamphlet and for the actual palette itself. So again, this is the palette, and we used a wide array of the shades in here, so I was really happy with that. They gave you like 3 different looks that used like different colors. Like I don't think any of them really like overlapped the colors that they used, so that is really great way to try and test out all the shades in here. My favorites actually in this palette that I've been liking are the Puree, the Summer Yum, and I really like this Caramelized and the White Peach. And I think it's a pretty good buy. It smells really nice. like peaches. It doesn't smell, I mean, it's a little bit of like that synthetic smell, but it's not like super strong to me. I think that it just smells really nice. I feel like the shades apply really easily and they blend out really smoothly. They last all day. I had already done my face makeup and I used that black shadow and I really didn't get much fallout at all, so I think that's like pretty impressive. I think that's really good actually. So I would have to say that I definitely recommend this palette if you don't have it, and if you do have it, I hope that you enjoyed seeing some of these looks that Too Faced has like given examples of. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to see all my other videos. I will have a new video coming up soon with a spring look. I'm thinking of something like purpley spring for you guys, so I hope that you will come back and check that one out. Be sure to give me some love and leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!